Cody, I love you, but the cereal, it got soggy too quick. Start your day with silly and safe. Start your day with sassy and sage. Sincerely, simply, seriously cereal.
Everyone is welcome here.
Hi.
Hey, you.
Let's see what we're looking at today. Hey everyone, I'm Maxwell.
And I'm Jennifer, one of Maxwell's moms. Welcome to Seriously Cereal.
Episode number
486.
Thanks, numbsters.
Seriously Cereal is made possible by viewers like you.
And by Blue Legacy, a volunteer-run nonprofit dedicated to bringing people together.
You can find out more at
www.seriouslycereal.org. Thanks, Spoonie.
If you eat your cereal dry, then you are a snacker, like our buddy, Bowler.
Hello!
Hey. Or, if you prefer your cereal with milk, then you are a spooner, like our pal, Spoonie. He's also Seriously Cereal's director.
Every month we post episodes with a theme.
And this month's theme is...
Groups! Thanks, numbsters.
Thank you. And today, we will be reviewing Krave, Frosted Flakes, and Apple Jacks Glazed Donut Holes Cereal.
Wait a minute. I
What
thought
a
this
name,
was
isn't
Seriously Cereal, not Deliciously Donuts.
It's a cereal based on donut holes based on cereals.
Undoubtedly Donuts.
We'll have to figure this one out.
Delectably Donuts.
Alright, Spoonie. Time to talk.
Hmm.
And there's a lot to talk about.
Daily Donuts?
Deliciously Donuts.
Yum, yum, yum.
So I see that when we set our theme as groups, that didn't just mean duos, huh?
That's right, absolutely. A duo is a group of two, you guys, but this is actually a group of three.
A trio.
A trio,
Yes.
that's right. I thought it was really interesting because it's so it's glazed donut holes, right?
Yeah.
And like the apple cinnamon one, that's obviously based on Apple Jacks, just classic glaze based on Frosted Flakes.
Oh yeah.
And then the chocolate stuffed Krave cereal, that one, remember?
They do kind of loosely based on actual donuts, huh?
Yeah, and this
that's
group
cool.
is also a relatively new cereal that we've only recently seen on the shelves, and there does seem to be just 3 variations.
Yeah. Now, I do have to say, I've noticed a few little things. I noticed that you little Apple Jacks mascots have a new design. I actually kind of like these. They look very adorable. But real quick, I just want to say, you guys, just so you know, Krave, as you see here, it's spelled Krave. That is a cereal brand, but the actual word crave is spelled Crave. So, yeah, just remember if you're ever writing Krave out, then don't write it like this, because this is a brand. And for the record, Krave...
It's the word of the day. I'm Sunny, and
Krave!
is the word of the day.
Thank you, Sonny, so I didn't mean to take your job.
So crave is when you want something so much that it actually kind of feels like you need it. You have to have it. You're craving it, a deep down wanting of something.
Yeah. All right, but you know what I want? I want to find out more about these cereals.
Let's do it.
Okay, so let's see here.
Maybe finding out more about them will tell me whether or not I do crave them.
Okay, so a serving size for all 3 of these is 1 cup, and they all have 31 carbohydrates. However, the Apple Jacks and Krave glazed donut holes have 130 calories per serving, while Frosted Flakes glazed donut holes has 140 calories.
Huh, okay, all right. Fork a million?
Hello there, Maxwell and Jennifer.
Hey, Fork a million. What's up with the added sugar?
Kiddos shouldn't have more than 12 grams of added sugar each day. Grown-ups can have up to 24 grams, but everyone should be careful not to eat too much sugar, because it doesn't do a very good job of helping us grow and be healthy. Today's cereal has
11
grams of added sugar.
Thanks, Forkamillion and Numpsters.
Glad to help.
Alright, so 11's on the higher side, but it's still below the average a kiddo should have in a day, so, that's actually not bad. I thought it would be more.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised because 11 is under what you should have in a day, and this is like donuts. So I expected it to be really, really high.
I actually expected it to vary a little bit, so that's nice. It's nice that they're all different flavors, but consistent sugar.
You could mix them together.
Yeah.
Oh, hey,
Spider!
Spider!
Hey, Boulder and Numpsters, what can you tell us about the price for this cereal?
What you're reviewing today costs...
$5.93!
And there are...
13!
servings! Ha ha ha! Thanks for helping, Numpsters!
You're welcome!
Okay, thanks, Boulder and Numpsters. Thank you too, Spider. Get your phone back.
Bye, Spider.
Bye. Alright, so $5.93 divided by 13 servings, that's 45 cents per serving. And that price and the servings is for one of these boxes.
Okay.
Not all three.
So depending on where you shop, an average serving of cereal costs between 35 and 40 cents.
Okay, so it's 5 over the average.
It's a little bit more than the average. I'm assuming maybe because it's a newer cereal,
Sure.
kind of fancy or something like that.
At the very least, the sugar is below the average. That's
Yes,
nice.
and I do appreciate that. I love the idea that the sugars are the same across them, so that you could mix them together. So I guess there's
the
that.
Frosted Flakes one is only 10 more calories than ever, so that's not that bad.
Yeah. I really feel like you could pour them,
Yeah.
mix them, and enjoy them that way.
Though I think today, let's just see how they taste individually, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, Spoonie. Speaking of which, time to taste.
Woo!
Okay, so
many.
yeah, we have all 3 servings laid out, and
They look very similar, you guys.
yeah, on the box I thought they were gonna look more like Kix, but actually they look a bit more like Cocoa Puffs without the cocoa powder on top. They are a little bit different, very subtle. Frosted Flakes and the Apple Jacks look almost the same, but the Apple Jacks have the little red pieces from the actual Apple Jacks on them, but Frosted Flakes don't.
Yeah.
And then Krave, you can tell apart from the other two because it is a bit darker. I'm assuming from the chocolate.
Yeah.
Alright, so
goodness.
as usual, we'll split a serving, and I figured we could put these in
Okay.
corresponding
Thank you, Max.
bowls, more or less, left to right.
Okay.
Alright, now Frosted Flakes there.
Okay.
Not really
This is
flakes,
the-
but, yeah, that's the Frosted Flakes.
Okay, and then Krave. And actually, here, I'll stack our cups here. You'll hand me that one, Max.
Alright, and let's see if this milk will be enough for all 3.
And you're only going to pour the milk on one at a time?
Yeah.
All right, do you want to do the Apple Jacks glazed first?
Yeah, I was thinking Apple Jacks, Frosted Flakes, and then Krave.
Okay, I'll
left,
put
right,
them in
or,
order.
I guess for you guys, frame left to.
We're going to do this
frame
one
right
first.
Yes. Yes.
So this is the apple cinnamon glazed donut holes that appears to be based on Apple Jacks.
Has a very sweet scent. It actually does kind of smell like a donut, like a glazed donut.
Oh my gosh,
Oh,
that
wow.
tastes like a donut.
Yeah, it's like an apple fritter.
Yeah, this tastes do you guys know what an apple fritter is? They're a donut that they're usually about this big. They don't have a hole in the middle, and they're kind of bumpy. They
Yeah.
look like a strudel.
Yeah.
And they're like a dark brown with big chunks of apple and cinnamon and glaze. They actually are one of my all-time favorite donuts or pastries.
Wow.
Do you really call them a donut?
Well, I know the joke about Apple Jacks is the really old joke. Is like, why do you like them if they don't taste like apples? This actually kind of does.
This really tastes like an apple fritter.
Yeah, it has like a little bit of tartness to it. Yeah.
Mmm.
Or like a sourness? I don't know. Something
Yeah.
about it. It's just like,
There's something about it that makes the cereal itself taste like donut dough.
Yeah.
I wouldn't think right away, oh, this tastes like Apple Jacks.
Oh, this actually has dried apples and apple juice concentrate.
Okay, that makes
It's
sense.
lower on the ingredients, but
still.
it's actually there. Okay. Not half bad.
Yeah, it
Not
almost feels like it tastes like a little bit eggy, or is that the yeast of donuts? What is that?
You know, I would think this would have way more added sugar with how sweet it is. And you can definitely feel like it is actual glaze. You can feel the glaze coming off on your tongue.
Yeah, and it is a sweet cereal. I mean, but it's not coming across as super, overly sweet.
No. But again, if I just tasted this without knowing the nutritional information,
Yeah.
I actually think it had more added sugar than it did.
You know what's interesting? There's a lot of corn in this.
Oh,
I wonder
and it
if
has a
that's-
cinnamon aftertaste.
So the very first ingredient, and you guys, do you know that ingredient lists list ingredients in the order of what there is the most of?
Yes.
So whatever the most of, the biggest ingredient is listed first.
Yeah.
And the very first ingredient is whole grain yellow corn flour.
And I believe that Cocoa Puffs also are a corn cereal. That probably explains why they look like that. And the consistency, regardless, is very similar to Cocoa Puffs as well. A little bit airy, but with a nice crunch. And they really soak in the milk as opposed to kind of getting soggy in the milk. So that's nice. All right. Speaking of things getting soggy milk, though, let's see if Frosted Flakes' glazed donut holes can hold up better than the classic soggy leaves cereal. It's like, oh, you call it. Tony, I love you, but your cereal gets soggy too quick. All right, let's give this a try.
Okay, so this is the Glazed Donut Holes Glazed Original based on Frosted Flakes.
Okay, I will say, it does actually seem like I'm getting donut from this as well, so...
Yes, even though these are airier.
Yeah?
Yeah, the apple cinnamon...
They actually seem crunchier to me.
Yes, actually, I think we're saying the same thing. The apple cinnamon ones almost taste like they're a little denser, like a little bit more like a doughy donut.
Yeah.
Like an apple fritter.
Yeah, actually.
To me, the glazed ones feel like they're a little airier, crisper.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was saying the Apple Jacks ones were a little airy because they're a little bit more chewy.
But yes, the Apple
Like-
Jacks ones taste a little bit more chewy. I don't get I can taste it, yes. I taste donut.
I definitely think they have a basis for the donuts, and then feed that around the other cereals, as opposed to
Agreed.
taking the basis for the cereal and then trying to make that into a donut, if that makes any sense.
But the Frosted Flakes one doesn't make me think of a glazed donut, however. I mean, I can kind of taste the donut-y flavor, but I think because the Apple Jacks one was a little bit chewier, it reminded me more of a donut when I
the
popped it in my
consistency was
mouth.
better.
Yeah. So if I was craving a donut, but I didn't want all that sugar and all those carbs and oh my goodness, I think a serving of this would actually be really fun, of the Apple this one, you guys.
It would take care of that craving.
Yeah, to take care of that craving with a C. Okay.
Yeah, but
Okay.
Frosted Flakes is not bad, but it being crunchier does kind of take away some of the emotion. And
It
also
kind
doesn't-
of ruins the illusion.
Yeah, it also doesn't taste much like Frosted Flakes either, so there isn't that aspect either.
I keep going back to the apple cinnamon ones.
Yeah, those are really good. All right, now chocolate glazed donuts. That's pretty classic. So
Okay, yeah.
let's try this.
And as for scent, you guys, at least as a snacker,
Oh, okay. The chocolate ones, they actually smell like they smell like a chocolate donut.
It's subtle.
I forgot to smell the Frosted Flakes one.
like here, you guys, I'm gonna show
Oh.
them to you.
That's so weird.
Very subtle, the differences.
The Frosted Flakes ones are more crunchy than the other two.
Oh, they are.
Yeah, this one
Okay.
tastes like the
And
Apple
this,
Jacks one.
the glazed donut hole glazed chocolate based on Krave, tastes like a chocolate glazed donut.
Yeah.
Like a Boston cream donut,
Yeah.
but maybe without
Yeah,
the cream.
exactly. Yeah, it reminds me of the
Oh,
Boston
yeah.
cream Pop Tarts that I really like.
Yes.
It definitely has a
Actually,
similar flavor.
to be honest, it tastes a lot like the Boston cream Pop-Tarts.
Yeah, it does, right?
And a lot like a Boston cream donut, even with the cream. It almost has a little bit of that custard flavor.
Yeah.
But this chocolate tastes identical to the type of chocolate that is usually glazed on top of a donut.
Now, it's been a while since I've had Crave. I'm not sure if this necessarily tastes the same as Crave, but I think that Apple Jacks is kind of like the winner in the regard of both tasting like a type of donut and like kind of tasting like the actual cereal, or at least the spirit of a cereal. Maybe better than a cereal. But
Yeah, because to me they're like apple fritter.
yeah, but this is not bad either.
I think that if I had to score these, you guys, just on does it taste like the cereal? Does it taste like Krave? Does it taste like Apple Jacks? Does it taste like Frosted Flakes? I would have to say no.
Well, Apple Jacks kind of.
But it's like inspired by.
Yeah.
Because I think that the Apple Jacks, I know this might sound a little silly, but to me, this version tastes more like an apple fritter, more like apples and cinnamon than Apple Jack cereal regular does. But inspired by these cereals.
Yeah.
So like, if you like Apple Jacks, you will definitely like this.
Yeah,
if you like Krave, I think you'll definitely like this. If you like Frosted Flakes, I think you'll definitely like
Yeah,
this.
but this one is probably the most different, I'd say.
Yeah. And again, the consistency, the texture of this one, the way it feels.
Oh, yeah, it does have a corn flour, so you know,
Yeah.
like that.
Mm-hmm. That corn flour, for whatever reason, I think that really tells our taste buds and our brain, this is a donut. And I don't know why, because I don't believe donuts are made often with corn flour, but there's something about it that just that absolute core base is very donut-y.
And just to clarify, the Krave has a a bit of a more mild chocolate flavor, just like basically picture an actual like chocolate donut. Like there's the chocolate, but it's mostly still the like glazed flavor, and the donut's like actual dough flavor.
Yeah.
And then a little bit of like chocolate taste afterwards, but it's good. And actually, it seems like it was actually turning the milk slightly chocolatey, so there's that too, like that. But sheesh though, this is a lot to go over.
It really is.
I don't think I know what I want to score all these.
Oh my gosh, right. We have to actually score them.
Yeah.
I do not know yet, I'm sorry.
You know, I think I know what we should do in the meantime. I think that it's...
Hi, everyone. I'm Serious Sloth, and I'm serious about 3 things: cereal, music, and animals. Today, we get to see
Snails!
Let's listen to music and chill with these sweet beasts.
Thanks for spending some time with me and some awesome animals. Who should we chill with next?
Okay. I'm feeling refreshed, and I think I'm about ready to wrap this up.
Well, the scores were tricky. They're tricky sometimes. It's not always easy to find the right score.
Oh, fan mail! Thank you, Numbsters!
Thanks! And thank you. We love hearing from you.
We really do. All right, let's see what you've sent in today.
Fan mail.
All right, so this letter is to the whole team. All right, and it is from Depp M through the mailbox on the website. And Depp writes, "The trees around you are so big." Yeah, they really are. "Are you ever afraid they'll fall and crush you?"
Oh, no, that's a fair... No,
You know?
Depp, don't pay any attention to Maxwell laughing. That is a very legitimate question. If you grew up in the big city and you're not used to a lot of big trees around, it might be a little scary to see some of these huge 25, 30, 50-year-old trees within 10 feet of the house, within 5 feet of the studio, things like that. We have... Okay, Depp, it's okay. Calm down. Maybe sit down. We actually have had trees fall here on the campus before. We have had 2 trees in Maxwell's lifetime fall and actually hit the house.
Yeah.
One of them fell and hit the roof over the living room, and it crushed the gutter. But Brianne and I fixed the gutter, and the roof was super strong, and the tree did not hurt the roof. Another tree fell and crashed through the orchard, like where the chickens were in the Time for Animals that Sirius did.
Yeah.
It crashed through there. None of the chickens were out, so they weren't hurt. And it hit the roof, and the very, very tip of the tree, just the last little growth at the top, an evergreen, like the top of a Christmas tree, hit my window.
Oh.
Because that was my bedroom at the time. And so I woke up and, what was that sound? And there was the tip of the tree, just bent, resting on the window. It didn't break the window, thank goodness.
Yeah.
And again, that time, the house was safe. I think the houses here in Washington State that are made kind of nestled in the forest, they tend to have these really super steep roofs, so that when a tree falls and crashes against that roof, it hits at such an angle that the tree mostly just kind of rolls off. It doesn't hit so strongly that it can crack the roof or hurt the roof. It didn't even hurt the roofing in any way. I have never been afraid that a tree will actually fall on Maxwell or Faith or me or Brianne or one of our artisans who's visiting the campus. But mostly that's because when the trees fall, it's because there's a super bad storm going on. And we don't go outside in those super bad storms. Yeah.
What is also nice is, a lot of the big trees that you showed on the tree tours with Jax, a lot of the super big trees are actually further away than you'd think. The trees that have actually hit the house are, some of them are still big and tall, but they're also not. They're not they don't have those huge all the way around trunks like the one that you show.
Yes, absolutely.
They are a little smaller. So
yeah, they were all about this big around. Yeah.
Yeah. What's also nice about trees that have those bigger trunks is that they're sturdier, so they can withstand more wind.
That's right.
And that is when you're talking about storm, that is always the thing that I think of. It's the lightning, the wind, especially whenever we get a big old windstorm, if you go outside, you'll see the trees, the tops of them bending back and forth.
Yeah.
It's honestly spooky.
Yeah, it can be a little eerie, and that's totally fair to say.
Though it is important to note that even when it looks like these, even the smaller trees are super bendy at the top, that's just because it's the top. At the bottom, they're actually a lot more sturdy than they look.
Yeah, and you actually want trees to be flexible, to move in the wind instead of being really super stiff, and then the wind just breaks them, knocks them over, and breaks them in half. They're not brittle. So, and the other thing we have to keep in mind is not only are those bigger trees wider at the bottom so they are more stable, they have more roots.
Yes.
And remember, the roots, they start. Imagine if you're standing like this, Step, and you're standing really, really, with your feet together, and you're just standing straight. It's kind of easy to push you over, right? But if you put your feet farther apart, I just stepped on Max's foot under the table. If you put your feet farther apart and you spread yourself out a little bit, you can kind of balance more.
Yeah.
You're more flexible. It's harder to push you over. Yeah. And so that's kind of how trees work too, is that it actually reminds me, we even had a tree that was one of those really, really big ones, and it was struck by lightning. And so it was dead. And we were told by an arborist, that's an expert of trees, that we should probably take that one out. It never fell. We didn't even know that it needed to be removed. When it was cut down and it was then used for firewood, the roots were still so massive that they left, when we had the big stump and the roots removed from the ground, it left a hole in the ground that was as big as this room. We had to have 4 truckloads of soil brought in to fill that hole. Amazing. Trees are incredible, Depp, and don't worry, they are not going to fall and crush us.
All right. Thank you for writing in. And, I think I have my scores figured out.
I think I do too, Max.
All right.
All right.
Okay, Spoonie, time to score. Thanks for watching, everyone.
Did you know that everyone here at Seriously Cereal is a volunteer? We are. And you can support the show over at seriouslycereal.org.
Because Seriously Cereal is safe for kids, YouTube turns off comments when we post episodes online. But we love hearing from you. Go to seriouslycereal.org and use the mailbox button to send us a message. We might read it in a future episode.
Find new episodes of Seriously Cereal every Saturday morning on YouTube, on public access television, and at seriouslycereal.org.
See you next time.
Bye.
Start your day with silly and safe. Start your day with sassy and sage. Sincerely, simply, seriously, seriously.